Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. This is the 14 First Alert Weather Show at 9 o'clock here, the night before Christmas, December 23rd. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully you're able to see your hand before your face. We have some pretty thick fog out there now, and that's going to be one of the things that will be a problem here tonight and early tomorrow. And I am watching your comments on the 14 News Facebook page, so chime in if you have any, and we'll handle those later. This was a picture of the riverfront, but you can see we have almost zero visibility out there right now. That patchy fog will stay with us through the night. Despite the fog, we have warmer temperatures even tomorrow now we hit 68 today, but we will likely get up into the middle 60s tomorrow. Even a chance for 70 by Friday and maybe Saturday if we can get a little sunlight out there between the clouds. And then of course we have that big temperature drop next week, and that will put us firmly back into winter weather across the tri-state. The good news is, I'll give the spoiler alert now, we're still not expecting thunderstorms, severe weather, or even much rain. So it is going to be a quiet drop back to normal winter weather. Typically when we go from near 70 in December down into the 20s and 30s, there's some noise in the process, but at least all indications today, and this is Tuesday, we're looking ahead to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, it's conceivable something could change, but the going forecast right now is just for a quiet transition. But it's something worth watching, of course. Looking at the fog forecast, we are going to be socked in through sunrise tomorrow morning and perhaps into the middle of the morning. This may have impact on flights in and out of Evansville Regional, Nashville, Louisville, all in that fog for tomorrow, or tonight and tomorrow morning. So just be mindful of that. If you are catching a flight or maybe you're receiving company coming in by air, you might want to check and make sure that the fog isn't causing any delays or cancellations out there. The big story, of course, is the big warm-up that we're experiencing, and one of the warmest Christmases on record. Now, 2021 still stands alone there and way up there at 72. We've had a couple of years at 68. We've revised our forecast downward a little bit to 66 on Thursday, Christmas Day. That would make us the third warmest if we do hit that 66. But we'd have to get to 68 like we did today in order to get into that second warmest club. Look at daily highs, excuse me, for Christmas, how variable it is. If you were to try to create a trend based on that information, it would be difficult, because the one thing you can say with certainty is it's very uncertain just how warm or cold it can be. We've even had years that differed by over 50 degrees, like 2020 to 2021, we were 52 degrees warmer, and then we dropped 50 the following year on Christmas Day. So it is a fickle season here as we start the winter. We are just, for this week anyway, lucking into a spring preview, or I guess a fall holdover, depending on how you want to look at it. But 70-degree highs don't become common until late March, typically. So, you know, this is definitely beyond the pale for the tri-state. Notice too that our highs and lows are above the normal high, so we will likely set some record high low temperatures, or max mins as we call them, because it's not going to cool down at night until next week. And then we go all the way the other direction with highs and lows well below normal across the area. Cloud cover and occasional drizzle fog will continue for the next couple of days. And one of the reasons we're getting all this fog is it was so cold. You know, the ground was cold. And so you bring in this warm, moist air on top, you're going to get instant condensation out there. We continue through Christmas morning into the afternoon with occasional showers rolling through, and that will linger into Friday as well. Notice, though, the winds are out of the south the whole time, so that will support these temps in the mid to upper 60s each day. On the radar now, just a couple of sprinkles showing up out there. Really hasn't been much rain, at least measurable rainfall. It certainly is noticeable. You know, your windshields are wet, and got to run the wipers and so forth. We're at 59 right now. The winds are calm, and around the area we had lows in the lower 50s this morning and got into the upper 60s this afternoon. Again, tying that record set back in 1933 for December the 23rd. The 24-hour temperature change, we are about 5 degrees warmer at this hour than we were yesterday at this time. Our low temps were 23 degrees above normal, and our high this afternoon was 24 degrees above normal. Way up to the warm side. And as I said yesterday, 55 on Monday will likely be the coolest day of the week, as we had 68 today, and we will have mid-60s going down the line there into Saturday. Rainfall has been just trace amounts basically at the airport and all official gauges. For the year, we will finish out as the 8th wettest on record at Evansville Regional. Commuting tomorrow, other than the fog, will be warm, kind of damp out there with occasional sprinkles, and temperatures in the 60s. Our next big weather maker way out to the west, we're going to talk about that in Science Corner. But for now, it's just clouds and drizzle, kind of trapped over the tri-state by high pressure, which is serving two purposes. It's keeping us warm by bringing winds in from the south, but it's also not allowing those clouds to move out. It kind of pins them down. We call it a dirty high. And that's exactly what we have out there. So gray skies will linger all the way through the holiday and perhaps even into Saturday as well. On the GFS model, our rain chances will finish out on Saturday evening, and then here comes the cold air, and with a vengeance, we will be dropping during the day Sunday, bottoming out then for the first part of next week. European model, pretty similar in its handling of everything there, with scattered showers and then a little bit of rain there coming up on Saturday night into Sunday. There it is, it's a little later with it, but the end result is the same. We see some clearing early next week as temperatures fall. 49 degrees for the low tonight with patchy dense fog lingering. 64 tomorrow with cloudy skies and occasional drizzle or rain. 7-day forecast has the warm days all the way up to Saturday, and then down we go. That big fat 70 there Friday, certainly possible, especially if we can get some sun to break through the cloud deck. The longer range temperature outlook, at least through the 6th of January there, we have warmer than normal temperatures lingering and near normal precip out there too. Our pet pick tonight comes from Connie. This is Oreo inspecting gifts under the Christmas tree. Certain to scratch them up or drink the tree water too. That looks like might be a real tree. Our cats like to drink the tree water. I don't know why. I don't think that's a good idea. I usually keep the thing so they can't get into it. Let's look at your comments here and see if we have any issues that we need to bring up. I had, before I even get into the comments, I did have a clarification. Yesterday I incorrectly stated that Bethlehem was in Israel. It's actually in Palestine. The question came up, what was the weather like when Christ was born? And while we don't have an official forecast or weather almanac that going that far back, the question, I basically gave typical weather conditions for that part of the world, Bethlehem being there in the Middle East. And I was correct, by the way. I remembered it correctly. Temperatures tend to get down in the 50s. It's kind of like northern Florida or southern Georgia would be here in the States. Snow is infrequent, but it can happen there. But again, just to be clear, Bethlehem is in Palestine. My sister went there, but they were on a trip to Israel, and I think that's where the confusion came in. And anyway, so no offense intended there, just trying to get my geography straight for everybody. I like to get it right. Okay, let's see what our questions are. Happy holidays from Ricky Brown. Well, same to you. Janet Stapleton says Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Janet. Jeff Miller, 1/8 of a mile visibility. I'm surprised it's that good. Jeff Miller in Savaw, right out there by the Wabash River. I would think the fog would be even thicker. Paula Schaefer says good evening. Cheyenne Hammond says good evening and Merry Christmas. You guys are all trotting out the tree emojis there. Visibility in Newburgh is down to 0. few hundred feet, Simeon Lingwall. Okay, thanks, Simeon. I appreciate that report. We've got Zach Seats in here. Jeanette Rice drove from Poseyville to Evansville to work, and it is dangerous. Yes, indeed. Very low visibility out there. Tori Don Talbert was opening windows because the house was too warm. Yeah. So much for putting a fire in the fireplace, right? It'd probably run everybody out if you got a fireplace going there. Beautiful warm day in Vincennes, but mostly cloudy. Yep, most everybody has clouds going out there too. So anyway, really unusually warm, but when you look at that last graphic I had there, we've certainly had warm Christmases in the recent past too. One thing that will affect our weather going into the weekend will be sort of the remnants or the energy from this atmospheric river situation that we have out on the west coast. And we've talked about atmospheric rivers here before. It's basically just a concentrated band of moisture aloft or in the atmosphere that is drawn by upper air currents or the jet stream. And when it hits the shore, especially the mountain range out there, the Rockies along the west coast, so you'd have Canada or California, Canada up there, but for us, California, Washington, and Oregon, when that moisture is forced aloft or orographically lifted because it runs into the mountains, it causes condensation. Remember, we cool the air as we lift. It can't hold as much moisture, and we get rain. Or if it's high enough, you get snow too. And in the Rockies, both occur. It can be beneficial because those areas do need rain, and typically they are very dry in the summer. So this rain, especially in the snowpack, kind of puts water in the bank, which then melts through the year and comes back down through mountain streams or through aqueducts and that, and is piped into the big cities out there like LA and I think San Francisco, Las Vegas, and other places. Now, if we get too much snow up there or too big of an atmospheric river, we can have the downside, which would be mudslides, avalanches, and other problems as a result. And just to kind of put a finer point on this, we're going to look at the satellite loop, or the radar loop first here for California. And you see more rain moving in here in Northern California and Oregon, and then other showers coming up toward Los Angeles. That is all being driven by a big plume of moisture out here. And remember, the satellite can look at different types of cloud cover, moisture, things like that. The different channels on the satellite can do that, so we can identify these plumes of moisture and then predict where they will go. As I mentioned earlier, the only impact the tri-state will see from this is that the energy from that atmospheric river, that system, will come on shore. The low will then track east, and that will force the colder air into the tri-state Sunday night and Monday. For California, there's a flood watch in effect, and I ran the GFS modeling. You can see a hefty rainfall from Redding up there in the north all the way down to LA, 2 to 4 inches of rain. And that's a tremendous amount of rain, especially in Southern California and out over the desert where it doesn't drain very well, and it can cause flooding and mudslides and the usual problems. Drew Rapp, am I working tomorrow and Thursday? I am not working tomorrow, but I am working Thursday, okay? So I'll be here for Christmas night. We just have a 6 and a 10 o'clock news on that day. Who else do we have here? I think I did answer all the questions. All right, and just a programming note, there will be no 14 News at 10 on television. We're going to stream that one. We'll stream it from the studio. So if you're looking for the news at 10, you won't find it. I gave you the weather, so you know you can scratch that off your list there. Hopefully you've got the holidays under control and you can relax and enjoy them. And I hope you're able to spend time with loved ones, friends, family, and the like. And if not, know that we're here for you too. With the weather show, we'll have one. I don't know if Michael will do one tomorrow at 9. I suspect he will. And then I will be here with one on Christmas night at 9 o'clock. So I'll see you then, and we can compare notes. In the meantime, have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you on the stream at 10 o'clock with 14 News and Rob and also Max. Take care, stay safe, and have a good night.